Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So, as my channel's name suggesting, Rajvik's Vedic knowledge. So today I am going to recite the epic of Sri Valmiki ji of Ramayana. The epic name is Ramayana. It is the adventure of Sri Rama, or you can say Lord Rama. So, I'm just reciting the the kids edition, children edition, retold by Shubha Vilas. So, um, first chapter is Joy in Ayodhya. The characters you will not be knowing about are two, Vashishta ji and Vibhishan ji. But I will tell you all characters. But in detail, I will tell you only Vashishta ji and Vibhishan ji. First character, Dashrata ji, king of Sri Ramaji. Ramaji, as you all know, Ramaji is the avatar of Sri Lord, we can say Vishnuji. And Lakshmanji, his brother. Sita ji, his wife, Vashishta ji, one of the most respected sages. He is the spiritual advisor of the Ikshvaku dynasty and guru of Sri Ramaji, Ravana ji, Hanuman ji, and Vibhishan ji. Vibhishan, brother of Ravana ji, but saintly in qualities. He took Sri Lord Ramaji's shelter and revealed his brother's secret that helped Sri Ramaji to kill Ravan. Chapter 1, Joy in Ayodhya. As the name Joy in Ayodhya suggesting like it would be very joy in Ayodhya. I have also not read, like I have read it one time, but I will recite it clearly. The Solar dynasty of one of the oldest families of India. Like Solar dynasty is the one of the oldest family of India, and this dynasty in Hindi we say it Raghuvansh. Like there are so many Rajput, Raghuvansh, Kurus. Like it's all about Raghuvansh. Oldest families of India is so old that sun god Surya is their original ancestor. Like you can also think like how old the sun would be. The god of sun, Surya Dev, is their original ancestor. Like so how old they would be. King Dashrata belonged to the dynasty and ruled the kingdom of Kosala. Okay, you all would be knowing about this. But all his wealth could not buy him happiness. Like the things he had, the wealth he had, he didn't had happiness. The happiness of having a child. Everyone wants a child to become happiness. A wealth cannot buy anyone happiness. This is also a learning as knowledge that wealth is nothing till you don't have a family. Family is the real happiness of a person. Wealth is nothing for you all. And as he didn't have a child, so King Tushtaji lived a sad life, as I told you. One day, Guru Vashishtaji, he was also the guru of Sri Ramaji, suggested that he can organize a sacrifice to please the gods, who would then bless him with a child. Like obviously, if a person will sacrifice anything, another person will give him something for his sacrifice. Same thing goes with it. The the then the Dashrataji done the sacrifice and all that. So with the blessing of his guru, Sri Vashishtaji, King Dashtaji successfully completed the grandest of all sacrifices. It was the grandest sacrifice of whole world. So Then and a sacrifice pleased the gods. The god, yeah. So, yeah, as the god was pleased with the sacrifice, the king Dashrata was doing. Obviously, that I told you that if a person do some sacrifice, he will get also. Like if you will if you will lose something, you will gain something. Remember this line everywhere, like every time. This will help you gain everything and gain everything, you can say. Like if you don't lose anything, you do not gain anything. That's also learning for you all. So here was I. So he, who would then bless him with a child? That, as told you, that if you lose something, you will gain something. He lost his he lost his some good things and gain a child. Got a child. With the blessing of his guru, Vishishtaji, King Dashrata successfully completed the grandest of all sacrifices. I told you, no? If I didn't told you, I will tell you. It was the grandest sacrifice also of all in all the world. The fire blazing from the sacrifice was sky high, prompting the demigods to step down. Like this, the fire blazing to the sky, and then because of the fire blasting, and demigods know what is happening down, and all gods know what is going on the earth. So then they were being prompted to step down and give a blessing. Yeah, to give some blessing to King Dashrataji, who held the sacrifice and accept the offering, as I told you. Soon after that, a celestial being appeared. Like celestial being, like as I told you, Suryaji. So like sun is also a celestial being, na? That type of. But the god of the celestial being Surya is like of sun is Surya. Same thing. That another type of celestial god stepped down. King Dashrata was super excited to see that god. Like obviously, if a god stepped down, he will just give him some blessings, and he will just he will ask for a blessing, that I need child, obviously. Yeah, although he was 60,000 years old. Can you imagine? 60,000 years old. A person cannot like live till 100 years also. If a person is living till 100, it is very good thing. Very difficult. It is very difficult to live till 100, and he is living 60. He is of 60,000 years old. Can you all imagine? He had never felt younger. Standing before him was a divine being sent from the higher planets to fulfill his long cherished dream of becoming a father. As every god can read our mind, what we want, what we not want, like everything. A god knows what we want to do, what we not, everything, like everything. The world, God knows what's happening, like everything. So, yeah, the mountainous figure was dressed in red and black with a mane like that of a lion, we can say. And in the scientific term, we say lion Panthera leo. That's also learning for you. It's not a learning. It's not a Vedic learning, but I give you a learning. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. Decorated with ornaments, he appeared effulgent as the sun. He was looking like a sun, like he was wearing that much ornaments, and that was reflecting him so much light and looking like a sun. And he held in his hand a golden pot that dazzled more than him, like we can say, like it reflected the light more than the person who was wearing so much, like God, who was wearing so much ornaments that reflect the light. Yeah, more than him. Yeah, it was a precious. It was so precious that he kept it close in his heart and approached the apophic king. Like what we said, yeah, pot type of thing was that precious. He just kept, like, if we can say, if it is that thing, it is that pot, he just kept like this so that it didn't fall and all that. So where was I? Yeah, the stuff felt very excited and was nervously, like a person is excited, so a person got nervous also, no? That type of thing the stuff was doing. He became like a small child waiting for a sweet, like a small child waiting. I can't tell you, but it's like that only, like it's kind of idiom. A small child waiting for sweet, and they want to say the Dishta is a small child and that pot is the sweet. In thumping voice, the celestial being informed King Dashta that the sacrifice had been successful. Like, the, and you obviously, if Dashta has sacrificed his favorite things, so he would gain something that I told you. Same thing happened here. Like, his sacrifice was successful. And hanging over the radiant pot to the nervous king, he said, "Divine this nectar among your three queens." And he disappeared quickly as he can because he is a god. Obviously, let me god, you can say. So he can disappear and appear anytime he wants. So, King Dashta, King Dashtaji felt like he had received the wealth of the entire world. Entire world. He was holding not nectar but all his hopes and dreams. Like, you see it now, like if suppose you have won a trophy of playing a tennis tournament, suppose, and you're very excited so that I will get a trophy and I would win this tournament. So it was not for you, it's not a trophy, but it's a blessing, and mainly it's a happiness for you, no? That thing they won't say. He gave half of it to Kaushalya, his first wife, who drank it immediately. A quarter went to Kekai, his most beautiful wife, who also drank it eagerly. Obviously, the wives also wanted to drink it, so eagerly. Half of the remainder he gave to Smitra, being extremely virtuous and vicious. Pills. Pills. Sumitra held, Sumitra held the heavenly potion in her hand prayerfully. Like, I will give you the same example. We are, if we get the trophy, like we just pray, like we don't pray, like we are so excited, like thank you God, we just got our trophy. I just wanted to win the tournament. So that the Sumitra was doing. Yeah, there was still some nectar in the pot, and after much deliberation, the king gave it to Sumitra only. Like, suppose anything, like suppose it's a it's a piece of our cardboard. So if we cut it half, I can't show you one second, please. Yeah, if this is the, if we cut it half, like, yeah, if we cut it like half and half, this went to Kaushalya, this part, this went to Kekai, and this thing, this half thing, this last thing's half thing went to Sumitra, and the left half thing went to Sumitra only. the like you can say like 1 second. Yeah. So I have made a line. You can see, I think so. So this part till this circle, it went to Kaushalya. This part went to Kekai, and this part till this part to this part it was of Smitra. Yeah. Filled with gratitude, Sumitra poured the double portions into her mouth, serving the unique manna. Like she was thinking like it is the uniquest thing, most unique thing in the world that from this drink only I will just I will I will have my own children. I will become my a mother. So like that. As soon as the three queens devoured the nectar, their bodies began to glow, as it was a as yeah as it was a magic potion, also type of a magic potion now. So because of magic potion, they started glowing like like a diamond glowing in a moonlight, like that. And they continued to glow for 12 months. Like, can you imagine? A diamond can glow only on nights, and the girls, a women, glowed for 12 months, like 1 year. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, how? Yeah. Till it was time to give birth. After 12 months, the three queens would finally fulfill the king's dream. Like it was very like how I'll tell, like it was the best moment for the king. The first birth was Kaushalya in the month of Chaitra. In Hindi we call Chaitra, but in English we said April. On the ninth day of waxing moon at noon, the Shita nearly fainted with excitement. Like we can say it a type of idiom. Like if you are so excited to get your favorite thing, like if anything that's your favorite, and you are like suppose Spider-Man's web shooter, and you are going to get it from your parents or anyone, you are very excited. Like you will say, please give it. Like please, like everything goes in vain, and just this our web shooter uh, is ours, and everything goes in vain. We don't get anything. That type of thing, na? That type of thing went with the Dashtajis. Then, when he saw the baby like soft petal, none other than the Lord himself, he was totally mesmerized, like mesmerized, like we can say mesmerized, like very excited, like wow, we can say no, by the baby's moon-like face, lotus eyes, and rounded cheeks. Here's our photo of the baby. Hey, this is the baby. Cute, no? Yeah. So, coming back to the topic. And would you believe it? A light green, translucent body. The world around him melted, like, and held the baby dearly in his arms. Like, same example, like web shooter. Everything goes in vain. Like, everything went in vain, but we kept our Spider-Man's web shooter very carefully, and nothing, like we don't want even one scratch on it. That thing the Dashtaji what was doing, and yes, he was transported to another world where nothing else existed, only the small precious baby existed, like type of like with imaginary world. Next morning, Kekai gave birth to her child, and by noon, Sumitra was a mother of twins. Remember, she had consumed two portions of the nectar. Because of that, she she gave two twins. She gave twins. Nothing could stop the people of Ayodhya from celebrating now, because they would the prince, and they would be very excited, like our next king were them, if the all things happen. So they were welcoming the arrival of not one but four princes, as I told you. Never had they experienced so much joy. So like they were so they were they were full of joy, like so much full of joy. As a chapter's name is suggesting, joy in Ayodhya. So all that is going on here. So much fulfillment and so much peace. They sang, they danced, they showered flowers on each other like Holi. If you are, yeah, if you play Holi, so you would be able to recognize what they want to say. You would be able to understand what they want to say in the real. At each other. King Dashrataji in turn announced that there would be no tax collection for 7 years. Like they will not take tax from the people of Kosala for 7 years. Can you imagine? If 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 our government, uh, if our government, like what we can say, if our government announces that there would be no tax only for 1 day also, or 1 week, 1 month, 1 year only, we would be so excited. Like we would be at cloud 9, and they are at there would be no tax for Kosala with for 7 years. 7 years total. 7 years. Can you imagine? If in the real it would happen, like we would be at cloud 100, like infinite, cloud infinite, you can say. So he opened his treasury to all, giving away gems and jewels, gifts. Like at Diwali, if we get also, we give also. We get sweets and everything, and we give also sweets and everything that I told. If you lose something, you get something. If you get something, you lose something. That way only. Then, for King Rishta, celebration meant making his subjects happy. Like for us, a celebration is only on some what we say, only on some festivals like Diwali, Holi, Dussehra, and all that. But like, and for our the festivals and celebration are like celebration is giving some sweets, getting some sweets, giving some gifts, getting some gifts, that type. But Sri Dishta's celebration was distributing and giving only gifts, not getting the gifts. Can you imagine how good this King Dishta was? Like best person in the world, if you can say. Disturbing joy was a sure way to welcoming auspiciousness. Yeah. So this line is not about any knowledge. We can just skip that. On the 11th day, Sage Vashtaji came to palace for the naming ceremony. Rama, the name sprung to the lips when he saw Kaushalya's son. Oh, like how I, like when we see our brother, we can say, or or any small kid, we make our own imaginary word na, like name na for him, like a cute type name, um, like Kishu, we can say Ritvik, like very cute name, like that. Yeah. So the sage Vishishtaji gave name Sri Ramaji, and Ramaji means one who gives pleasure, who gives pleasureness, like who gives us happiness. Did he not give pleasure to not just one family, but every family in the vast kingdom of Ayodhya? Ayodhya, how should Ayodhya is a city, you can say, and city have so many kingdoms, like if like we can say King Kosala, like Kingdom Kosala, and Kingdom Kosala, Kingdom something etc. Like so many kingdoms. So there was in the whole Ayodhya that have so many kingdoms. So that uh, that they had a pleasure. The whole Ayodhya had a pleasure. Like I told you something else. Like it's not the Kosala. Kosala is the name of the kingdom, but the Ayodhya, the whole Ayodhya had one kingdom only named Kosala. Every city have only one kingdom. I said something wrong, but I have corrected that. Kekai's son was named Bharat, one of the big burden on his head, or rather one who has infinity capacity to take responsibility of a heavy burden without thinking about himself. Like when we get any superhero tactics or any machine of like Iron Man's machine or arc reactor, we can say. So we say like, I will not hurt anyone. I will like take pledge now, like I will not hurt anyone from this. I will just save everyone. Second, I will keep it very like very peacefully and very softly, like nothing will happen to it, and without thinking of ourselves how we will do like these things. That the Sri Dishtaji done. Sumitra's two twins were named Lakshmanaji and Shatrughnaji. Shatrughnaji. Yeah. Lakshmanji comes from the root word of Lakshmiji, which means wealth. Like, okay, this is not a knowledge but a story only. Lakshmanji desired not money but the wealth of being service to Rama. Yes. Yes. Like, they want to say, like, if, yeah, if he didn't desire any money, he didn't desire any wealth, but he desired a wealth of serving Sri Ramaji. And Shatrughnaji means one who conquers enemies, who like save or who kill enemies. Not kill, who just like who fight with enemies.